So today I will be talking about what is an endotoxin and what is an exotoxin and what is the differences between them. But before we do that, we really need to draw and review what exactly is a gram-positive and a gram-negative cell. So to do that, I'm going to draw this right here. Gram-negative cell. And here we're going to have a gram-positive cell. Gram-negative cell is going to be connected with an interior membrane. Outside of that is going to have a peptoglycan membrane. So I'm going to do that. The peptoglycan layer is going to be demonstrated by this green color. As you can tell that it is very thin, and all of this is cross-linked. So all of this is cross-linked with one and the other. So it really is just one big layer around it. Now, excuse me, actually, I made a mistake. Sorry. In the gram-negative cell, the peptoglycan layer is actually much thinner, such like this. It's all cross-linked as before. And then on the outside, there is another layer. Okay. And we're going to actually open this up layer here so you can actually see what is inside it. So this is just an enlarged part of the layer, so you can see, okay, what is actually going on inside it. Closer look. Inside it, we have different types of molecules. So we have different types of phospholipids on both sides. As you can see, I'm only going to draw two. And we also have something, we also have a LPS, which is lipopolysaccharide, in here. Okay, just going to draw one, just so you have the idea. Gram-positive similarly has a cytoplasm inside. Of course, it is surrounded by same kinds of peptoglycan layer, but unlike the bacterial cell, this peptoglycan layer is actually much more thicker. Okay, and as you can tell, that it is also cross-linked. So it really is just one layer. Thing to know about this is that this is porous. Easy for drugs to enter. This one, however, and I know that this drawing is a little bit screwed up, so I'm going to try again. Let's see autocorrect. Don't be so smart. Idea of what's inside it actually. I hope that doesn't look too bad. And then we know that this is a gram-negatives always have something called a LPS. Oops, sorry. LPS. LPS is this. Okay, this right here is the lipid A, which is the toxic part. Then you have a core. This is the core. And on top, you have, this is a polysaccharide. Okay. We know that, so this is just an overview, and we will refer to this as we deepen our understanding of what is a endotoxin and exotoxin. So let's move on and let's start with our table. Okay. Endotoxin, exotoxin. Okay. Endotoxin is produced only by gram-negative cells. Exception is listeria. So except for listeria, which is a gram-positive cell. We also know that because the part that makes it really endotoxin, the part that is really an endotoxin is the LPS. The LPS is what is really the endotoxic part, right? This is the toxic part. And because we know that this is the immunogenic part, the liposaccharide is the immunogenic part. The lipid A is the toxic part. So we know that our bodies cannot really fight endotoxin because our bodies produce antibodies that are binding the polysaccharides. But polysaccharides are not causing the problem. The part of the toxin that's causing the problem is the lipid A, but the lipid A is not immunogenic. When our body sees lipid A, it does not really generate a humoral response and an immune response against it. So for this reason, we can say that it's not protected. No protection by antibody. So because there's no protection by antibodies, we know that there's no vaccine available. We also know that lipid A is the same in all bacteria, in all bacteria. And the other thing to know that the endotoxin is also a lipid. Because it's a lipid, it's heat stable. Now let's go to the endotoxin. Endotoxin is produced, and actually I'm going to make this even more simpler for you, and we're just going to say gram-negative and I'm going to highlight and gram-positive. Positive cells. Okay, versus this one was only gram-negative cells. Here you have gram-negative and gram-positive cells. We know that there is protection, antibody protection. We also know that there is vaccine, because if you have antibody protection, you know that you can have the vaccine as well. And those vaccines are called toxoid. Similarly, it differs, right? Exotoxin differs. Toxin differs in different types of bacteria. So it differs. And then it is not, it's a protein. So not heat stable. So I believe that this should give us some information about how, somewhere where you can get started thinking about how you're going to think about endotoxin and exotoxin. And I hope this video helps. Thank you.